I want to invite you to the Revival Fires Fire Pod. As you have heard, we've had God TV in doing a whole series of the Firestorm gathering here, which was an awesome time. We had 23 nations from Europe represented at the Firestorm. I do believe that this is Europe's day for another awakening to the Spirit of God. And as I'm just trying to track what the Spirit of God is doing, there are leaders just crying out, wanting to come get some, but they're not just wanting to come get some, they're wanting to see how this can be put into their churches. I liken it to coming and get some fire, but then having a fireplace, which I believe the church is, in order to take the coals back. Because I believe these are days where God is releasing the fiery coals from His presence. And as we are prepared to take hold of them, as we're prepared to pay the price, to run with the fire, I believe that God will entrust more to us. So these are days where we can be entrusted with things. I believe God is looking at our hearts, looking at our characters. And that's where I feel that God, is also looking at. For us to take the coal, we must be prepared for the coal to burn up the dross in us. My whole thing is this, that in Lakeland it was an igniting fire. I believe we're now into what I would call the refining fire. Because in Malachi 3 it talks there about the Lord whom you seek will suddenly come to His temple. There has been a suddenly, but in that suddenly He's coming like the refiner's fire and like the launderer of soap. Because He's going to purify the house of Levi. Why? So they can offer, as it says here, righteous sacrifices. I believe we're coming to a time when God is giving to us something that we offer back to Him. And because we've allowed the refining fire to touch us, I just want you to receive the refining fire. I want it to burn up in you the things that you don't want to carry anywhere. I mean, that's the whole wonder of this. Gold to be gold doesn't want the impurities. And I feel for us, to be the people of God, we know we don't want impurity in our lives. We don't want double standards, where we have those double-minded ways. My whole theme that's coming up is this sense of moving towards the all-consuming fire. But before we can move into the all-consuming fire, we need to know the refining fire in our lives. So, come, get some, but get some of the consuming fire, because I believe that's going to begin to burn up all our enemies. What are our enemies? All the works of the devil that Jesus defeated. Sin, I believe the consuming fire can deal with those things, but also sickness. So I want to see people healed, whole, set free, so that what? So that we can go and bring the harvest in, giving them a supernatural encounter with the living God. That's what this outpouring is about. So Father, I want to pray for all those watching. I want to pray that they may embrace the refining fire that's been ignited with a fresh passion for Jesus. But also I want them to be those that carry the all-consuming fire that burns up the enemies of the Lord Jesus as we go out with it. God bless you, and I look forward to seeing you here at Revival Fires.